podcast is going to be episode 4. I'm here with
So what up? My name is Junior.
Junior.
My name's Chanty.
All right, what's up, guys? Thank you for coming on. And today's going to be another interview type of podcast, and we're going to be talking about something personal and educational at the exact same time, and we're going to throw some fun at the end.
All
right? Some fun stuff at the end. Oh, man, episode 3 was fun as hell. People don't know about that one yet, but that was going to be sick. All right. What's your name and age, Junior?
My name is Junior. I am 21. I'm barely legal to drink.
Uh-huh.
And I'm going to be 22 this year. It's crazy.
Yeah. Dude, time flies. And Chanty?
My name's Chanty. Well, it's Chantal, but I go by Chanty.
Yeah.
I'm 20. I don't know what else. I guess I turn 21 next week.
Cool. Oh, dang, that's close.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Where'd you guys grow up at? Junior first.
I grew up in, what is this? Phoenix? Yeah. I grew up, so I was born in Phoenix because I guess I was born in I don't know what hospital, but I was born here in Phoenix, but I grew up in Glendale.
Cool. And you, Chanty?
I grew up in Phoenix, too.
Nice. I grew up in Phoenix, too. Damn, all of us growing up together. Damn, that's crazy. What school did you guys attend?
Mostly?
Yeah. What school did you mostly attend? Actually, let's just go high school because a lot of people move around.
Mm-hmm.
What high school did you attend?
I attended 2 high schools. Like the first 2 years of high school, I went to Cortez. And then after that, some things happened at that school, so I had to move out to Independence.
All right, cool. And you, Chanty?
I went to Southridge, which is sort of like a private sort of school. Then from there, I think I was there for like 3 years. And then from there, my senior year, I went to Alhambra.
Cool. All right. At what age did you experience any type of mental illness? Because there's a ton now. The whole list and category of those. And then I'll respond with yours with mine.
When I was born, I came out with emo clothing and that's a good. No, but for I guess in all seriousness, I guess cool. I guess mostly I'd say 7th grade, because I wasn't really making friends back then, and I was just kind of alone those 2 years, and then I guess throughout high school, I was a loner pretty much. I mean, I did like sports like football and I attended some school events, but other than that, I just kept my circle pretty small, and I was just alone.
Okay.
Pretty much all of high school.
You, Chanty?
I mean, unlike this loner, I had friends. But I mean, I pretty much kept to myself too, because there's a lot of fake people. So.
Yeah.
But I did have friends.
Jason said the same, but he said a mixture of both of you guys. He said he doesn't trust anybody.
Yeah.
And he also said that he has a very small friend circle.
Mm-hmm.
Very small.
Yeah.
Well, mine, I was kind of like Jason. I didn't trust anyone to bring anyone to my house. A lot of it because of the kids I grew up when I was younger.
Mm.
And I went to Copper Canyon High School. All 4 years. I didn't really jump schools. And my mental illness stuff came in around 7 years old, something like that. And mostly was because my household was just very different opinions and stuff like that so I had an older brother that was into a lot of hood stuff, and then I had another older brother that was into a lot of academic stuff, and then I had my dad, which is very machista or macho type of person. And then my mom was very a strong independent woman, so it's kind of a lot of different it's you don't know who to follow, so you just end up not following anyone. And I just became a contrarian, and when I did that, I had a rebellion phase, basically like a female teenager.
I feel like I can kind of relate because my siblings were all like, we're so different from each other. Like I'm the oldest one. Well, there's six of us,
Yeah.
but I'm the oldest one out of the four that are here.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like the black sheep. I consider myself the black sheep because I'm always put to the side sometimes.
Mm.
And then my brother is more like, he's shy, he's quiet. You know, he's
On his own.
yeah, he's always on his own. He's a loner basically.
Yeah.
And then the one that's after him, my sister, she's more of like, how do you call it? Because since we can't say anything like profanity,
Yeah. Just goes around.
basically.
Okay. She gets around.
Yeah, she gets around pretty much. And then the little one, she's just like me.
Okay.
She's like my mini version.
Oh yeah. A little copycat.
Um,
Man. So, mine type was more like not fitting in and not belonging because since I felt so like opposite from my family members, the same thing happened in school. So none of those kids had the same type of issues I had. So I was growing at a different pace from everyone, and I felt like no one I could actually talk to and get emotional with. So I just kept all my emotions inside, wear a mask, go to school, have smile, whatever.
Yeah.
And I had even my best friends when I lived in that area where I first started. Same thing. I never told them anything about my emotions. We just had fun, just nothing but kid stuff. So here's like I guess not a fun fact. I guess it's a horrible fact, but this is from CDC. One of six U.S. children aged 2 to 8, which is like 17.4%, had a diagnosis of a mental, behavioral, or developmental disorder. So, and from 2018 to 2019, minors, 15% of them have major depression episodes. 36% had persistent feelings of sadness and hopelessness. 18 had seriously considered attempting suicide, and 15 or more made suicide plans.
Damn.
Yeah, that was 2018, 2019. That's before COVID. Imagine COVID. Those things, those numbers
to be
probably shot
honest,
up.
I'd say it goes both ways during COVID because because I think that's why people, I guess, like the whole suicide plan. I think that's why it was so high before COVID because you're out there socializing, but what if the people don't want to socialize with you? What if like you were like rejected or turned away,
Yeah.
And I feel like now with the whole COVID thing, in my opinion, I feel like that suicide rate decreases because you're not socializing with anyone. It's all online. So if you want, you can make friends online. If you don't, you don't.
Oh, I mean,
like
you have
like
more.
such as like video games, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
you're not gonna meet them in person. You're just gonna like meet them all like online. Hey, just hop on Fortnite. Let's play Minecraft. Let's build a house.
Kevin.
Play FIFA.
You said everything Kevin does. Everything.
Like or like one like social media, right? On TikTok, you make just random videos and people will like them, or people don't like them, or like if people don't like the video, they won't hate on it. They won't comment anything bad. They'll just move on to the next video, and that's why, in my opinion, I feel like people like the suicide plan rate. I feel like that decreases because it's not like you're not out there in the world.
You're more home.
Mm-hmm.
Then it also depends on the home that you're in, bro. Because what if you have a bad home and you're there all day, the whole day you're just there? Yeah.
I don't know. Then.
All right. So we're going deeper.
Mm-hmm.
How did it start? Did you notice when it started?
I don't know. Like I wouldn't say like I wouldn't just walk around like go, I'm so emo. I wouldn't do that. I would just like listen to, I guess, music that would just set the mood. Like I would just wake up and I'm like, okay, sad. What's next?
Oh, damn.
And then I would just like I would listen to music like, how there's like some corridos that are like really sad.
Yeah.
Like that, or like Lil Peep or X.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't really listen to. Well, I would listen to like EDM, right? Like dubstep and all that, but that wasn't till later on where I found that, I guess, like that light. But overall, I just like I would just wake up. I wouldn't really do much during the day.
Yeah.
In school, because in school I would have a hoodie. I would just walk around with the hoodie, or if not, I would just wouldn't care on what I wear or what I wore, right? Wore, right?
Yeah, what
right?
you wore. Yeah.
And I would just walk around just with headphones, and I wouldn't really pay attention to anyone or just like
Stay in your own lane.
yeah, because I would just be in the back of the class all the time,
Okay.
and I wouldn't really.
How old were you? Do you know when it first started, or you paid attention to it?
Mm, I guess in fifth grade. Well, I was held back twice, right? One because of my age for my birthday, since it was in December,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess like school, not school laws, but like I guess like the range
Mm-hmm.
that I had that of birthdays, they wouldn't allow me to continue on with my grade, so I had to be held back a year. And the second time I was held back is because that's when I think it all started. Because I don't know.
You felt different from everybody, like alienated.
Because crazy stuff happened. Like
Oh, at home.
no,
No, what do you mean? Like,
at school.
oh, crazy stuff happened at school.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I was bullied in school a lot, and I guess like how can I say this?
You think bullying started it?
To be honest, yeah, because I was trying to make friends,
Mm-hmm.
and then I was trying
We're
to
making
like.
progress.
Hmm?
We're making progress. We're trying to figure out where it started. That's the very next question. How do you figure it out? So you said second grade bullying?
Fourth grade, fifth grade.
Yeah, mine was. I was bullied like first grade to third grade, and then we moved to a different place, and it didn't work. But the effects lasted.
Mm-hmm.
I guess like if they bully, I feel like from my position and my experience, the younger you get bullied, the more the long term effects apply.
Yeah.
Like if you get bullied like in seventh or eighth grade, like but you already grew up without it happening, so you can live without it. But when you start off at a young age, bullying, especially if you have a household that doesn't connect with you,
Mm-hmm.
it's even worse. It amplifies. So you don't talk to no one about your issues. You just internalize them.
Yeah.
And then they become you, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So in 2020, suicide was the 12th leading cause of death overall in the United States. Over 45,000 people, and that stat is from the NIMH, National Institute of Mental Health. And so that was basically what happened with COVID. So that's the 12th leading cause. 45,000 people die per year from suicide.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So what helped you out the most with like trying to get that depression or that stuff, calming it down? What did you do? Nothing?
I know the answer.
You can't really say. You can't really say.
You can say slang for it. Did you choke your chicken for it?
Yeah. It's just
Kill the squirrel? Strangle the squirrel, I mean? My bad.
strangle the squirrel.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, kidding. But
Okay, yeah.
well, I mean,
Yeah.
no, but
somewhat
for real,
true.
like I'd say music. Music, because since I would like just live in my own world with like headphones and music,
Mm-hmm.
I would just listen to just random music, and then I've always known like, EDM, but I'd say I lean towards more into that since I always grew up just listening to music and like lo-fi and all that.
Oh, I love
And
lo-fi.
then I guess I got into more of like different types of genres, and then that's when like in my head I created myself like my own movies, like my own scenarios in my head.
Nice. So creativity. You have a lot of creativity then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And you?
And you, Chanty? How did it start with you, if you have any? Do you have any when you were younger?
I think for me, I started since I was little. I'd probably say since I was like probably the age of like 4 or 5, because my cousins would bully me because I only spoke Spanish.
Oh.
Because that was the first language my parents wanted to teach me, Spanish, because it's more
Yeah.
difficult, I guess. So I was always like made fun of, and I think that's what my trauma, I guess, is. That's why I think I'm the reason of who I am now.
Okay.
Why I'm like so straight up with most people.
Yeah.
Why I'm who, well, the biggest reason why I am
Mm-hmm.
now. I think also fourth, fifth grade, because you know how in fourth, fifth grade, I guess guys and girls start to care more about looks,
Yeah, that's when.
personalities,
What is it?
and all this.
When puberty.
There we go.
Yeah, I can't think of it
That's the
probably.
Yeah,
middle.
so,
It's-
but I think honestly, I think what in high school, I never got bullied because I guess I surrounded myself with people that I knew that were,
that weren't gonna do it.
and then
Okay.
that actually, that we all felt like we cared for each other and everything.
Mm.
Because I had some amazing friends.
Oh man, that was nice, huh? That sounds nice, Junior. I had a lot of friends in high school, but they weren't. It was complicated. Like I told you, I don't trust a lot of people.
Yeah.
So I didn't bring a lot of people home, and plus, I already have a ton of family.
Oh yeah.
I cannot balance a bunch of cousins and a bunch of friends.
Oh
That's
yeah.
Jerry does that. I don't know how he does it. It's way too hard. Now that he has a girlfriend, guess what he does? Guess what he balances now?
What?
Just girlfriend. Just girlfriend. Doesn't do friends that much. It doesn't do family that much. Just mostly his girlfriend. See, that's why I know he. It's hard to prioritize. Like you can't do both. It's hard, bro.
He's gonna start to create a family soon.
Yeah, I know. That's pretty wild. We have a few cousins right now that's starting families, including you guys.
Yep.
All right. So, for me, what helped me most was listening to positive music. What I figured out when I was like around 14 or 13 years old, I figured out if I keep listening to sad music, I stay sad throughout the whole day. And what I did was just start listening to, I guess like guitar music, acoustic guitar music, kind of like Jack Johnson or like some country or something like that, something or even oldies or disco, something that's completely the opposite of being sad. And then I went for like I love a lot of sad music because I can relate to it, but I don't like listening to it.
Yeah.
Even though I love the songs, but I do not like listening to them. It's like rehashing old things. All right, so this is what people were doing to cope with their disorders. 4% were using drugs or like some type of substance. 1.6% used alcohol, and 3.2% used illicit drugs. And these are for minors. These are not for adults. That's from the CDC as well. So I guess that's just some things to put in perspective of what other people use to cope. And I feel like that happened a lot during my high school. Remember Kid Cudi and his album, it's kind of like the mental illness album,
Which one?
the Man on the Moon. Well,
It's
everyone,
like the cover, like orange and purple.
yeah,
Yeah, that one.
everyone in my grade listened to that song, and I would say about 90% of the men that I was friends with or I knew in high school smoked weed. Just about everyone did. Some of these fools are watching right now. But yeah, and I never did it. So to this day, I still haven't smoked. And I guess like I don't know, it's just one of my morals that I won't break or whatever. So tell me a story about the subject that we're on today, Junior.
Like everything to the point where I'm at now started because I guess I was always bullied in school, and my parents wouldn't know about it, or when they did, they wouldn't do anything about it. They wouldn't say, okay, we're gonna go to school and we're gonna tell them this and that, or like they wouldn't.
They weren't proactive.
Yeah, like yeah, basically that word.
Yeah.
They wouldn't say like we're gonna do something about this. Instead they were just like, nah, you're fine.
Yeah. Like, oh, it's just part of growing up or something like that. Yeah, but it could be deeper.
Because my parents they're old school.
Old
you know?
school. Yeah, mine are still old school. They still haven't even caught on. But your parents they're moving on. Like they're catching up. Your dad actually uses apps. My dad still doesn't use any apps. None. Except not even YouTube.
Oh,
Doesn't know how to use YouTube. It's wow. There's a big disconnection.
dude, my dad uses TikTok.
You see what I mean? So
He'll be sending me-
your dad at least tries to
He'll be sending me-
catch on now.
He'll be sending me TikToks throughout the day. He's like, oh, watch this, right?
Yeah, he talks to me a lot about at work about like his mistakes and stuff like that.
Yep.
Yeah, and then obviously I'm taking him in as advice in case whenever I have kids and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because man, working with a bunch of like parents, because at my workplace I always work with people's dads, and you get to see how they raised their kids and what they did wrong and what they did and right and stuff like that. But to be honest, out of every parent I've known, in our family, not a single person admitted they were wrong, except your dad. So he's the only one that actually can man up and say, like, oh, I messed up. I did a lot of wrong things I shouldn't have done. And I'm going to try to do it with Gio. So Gio, he's trying to be the best dad possible. So he's trying for him and Jocelyn. But, you know, it kind of sucks that he couldn't learn that before. But especially because where they grew up. They didn't even have parents when they grew up. They were just like the parents had kids and let the kids grow themselves. Basically. Like my Tio Tony, he just came out here when he was a teenager. So did my dad and other dads too. They came out here when they were teenagers. They didn't
my dad too, I think.
Yeah, they all came. They didn't.
Yeah.
There was no order. There was just
The
kids do what they want to do.
Yeah.
I guess that's what they try to do with us. So like if something went wrong, it's like nah, they'll figure it out like I did. But nah, dude, not with the social pressures they have now. It's ridiculous. Chanty, can you tell us a story about what makes you you? That summarizes it.
Sort of. I kind of relate to Junior, but my parents,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they would go to my school, but
Dang.
sometimes I feel like.
Sorry, Junior. Hey, my parents didn't either, so it's okay.
I mean, my parents were strict, like, with me, I guess, because they always expect more from the older one.
Yeah.
So, like, me and Junior, like, us, I guess, as role models to our younger siblings, they expect a lot from us.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like the same thing with his family. I guess, like, how you were saying that his dad says that he regrets, you know, all this and that, and he wants to be different with the younger ones. Same thing with mine. My parents, they expected, I guess, a lot from me.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess that's why they're so chill now with my younger siblings, which sucks because I wish I would have got the same, you know? Like, they would have treated me the same.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like that's what led to who I am because I'm straight up with them too, and I guess they don't like the way I am.
Yeah.
Because I don't like to
beat around the bush.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't like to keep things to myself, so I just say it out loud.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that's what. Well, that's why I guess there's so many differences between me and my parents.
Yeah.
So, I guess me and my siblings would bully each other sometimes, you know, and we still do now, but we get along more. So, I don't know.
All right. So, what would you say? What would you say to someone who's suffering from the like when you were that age? Let's say 5th grade or 6th grade, junior. What would you say to them right now? That are struggling. Like, what's the best thing you could say?
I would say it's not the end of the world because that happened in 2012. No, but like it's not over yet. Like it's not over until basically until your time comes.
Until World War III, it's not over.
And there's a lot of ways other than drugs, you know, like than drugs and alcohol they can do to like help with that sadness. Like socialize even though you don't want to.
Yeah.
Just small talk helps. Just telling the person, "Oh, have a good day," or if they tell you have a good day, you'd be like, "You too," and then you feel that not connection, but you feel that, I guess, that joy, that little joy that
someone cares for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like just listen to don't intentionally look up a sad song, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like look up like a joy, like a happy song, like listen to like rap, listen to EDM, house music, listen to country, listen to dancing music.
There's some
Spanish
also
music.
work songs too where like they're very chill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or classical music. Classical music is really good.
Some Beethoven.
Mm-hmm. What would you say, Chanty, to somebody?
I'd honestly say just don't care about anybody's opinions because it's not gonna matter later on in life.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much more to live for. Like, I know somebody over here had other plans before he met me, and then now he has 2 kids. He's not getting rid of us.
I would have want to. Really.
But honestly, just don't care about what other people have to say. Just surround yourself with people that actually will love you, that will care for you, that will, just treat you the way you want to be treated.
Mm-hmm.
Just life goes on.
Okay, nice. That sounds good. What I would say would be my situation. I guess keep doing things that make you feel uncomfortable, and to be good at them. Basically,
Mm-hmm.
look up list all your traits, write them down on a piece of paper, all the things you do bad, and see if you can fix them. If you can't fix them entirely, at least you get better at them. And to be honest, you could never go wrong with trying to do something better. At some point, it would help you, basically. If you just keep dwelling on the bad things, or keep dwelling on, or using substance, which substances won't help you, they just prolong it. They just temporary, like a band-aid. They put a band-aid on it.
Mm-hmm.
It's never going to solve it.
And in some cases, even worse.
Yeah, some
It
cases
might worsen
it might worsen them. Yeah, then you'll never grow up, because some people just don't grow up because of the drugs.
Yep.
All right. So what are you doing now with your life from here on out after today?
Mainstream DJ.
Link in the description.
She said we have 2 kids and we're gonna just provide for them and just try to be good parents.
Yeah, we'll have a whole episode on the parenting, by the way.
Yep.
Yeah, because that's a whole outline of itself. There's a ton of questions. What about you, Chanty? What Junior said?
Basically, basically.
Yeah.
We live together.
Work and provide.
Yeah.
Cool.
Just getting that bread.
All right, Junior. What is your ultimate goal in life? And it doesn't. That's non-material.
What do you mean material?
Your ultimate goal in life that's non-material, and it's worth all the misery in the world. It's worth all the pain that you've been
Material
through.
meaning
that.
that's not physical.
Tangent.
Stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say to have our kids grow up properly with manners,
Mm-hmm.
respect, not to have, basically to not walk down the wrong path. Obviously, I'm not gonna force them to do anything that they don't want to do.
Yeah.
But my firstborn wants to become a boxer, but I want to become something else. I'm not gonna say no, do this instead. Just
Okay.
if you want to become a boxer, just support him along the way.
What you mean? Yeah. What about you, Chanty?
Basically the same, just adding to it, just basically us trying to raise our kids better than we were raised.
Mm-hmm.
And with the different mentality, because you know how,
Yeah.
like you were saying, machistas and all that. This era, this generation, we're different. We're not. I guess there's some guys that were raised
Mm-hmm.
to be just like their dads, and I guess it's not okay.
Yeah, it's because it keeps evolving.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then we have to let our kids be who they want.
Mm-hmm.
We all make mistakes. We just have to learn from them. We have to let our kids make mistakes too, because everybody does. Nobody's gonna learn if you just keep trying to avoid everything for them. They just have to learn on their own, just like we're learning on our own.
That's good. I guess I'll piggyback on the same thing as well, but I would say my ultimate goal is if I'm happy when I die.
Yes.
If I'm on my deathbed and I'm happy, I did what I wanted to do, and the sacrifices and all the stuff I had to do was worth it. And I guess that would be my ultimate goal. So whether that's with the family or just stuff personal,
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that I did everything right. So I'm gonna have an episode just about my history and what made me change my goals and my mindset on everything. That's gonna be for another episode. I don't know who I'm gonna do that with, but I'll figure it out later. All right. What is a life lesson, Junior, that you learned that helped you out the most and that you would want to share?
I'd say listen to advice. Just don't always take them. Because let's say you have your mindset I'm going to be doing this. And then they tell you, oh no, but take this advice. And if you take it and if it backfires, and if you once later on in life you find out that your own advice would have worked even better, then you're just going to have to live with that guilt or that regret.
Okay, so you mean take advice with a grain of salt? So like,
Yep.
take it all, but not fully. You know.
Mm-hmm. Like like they'll tell you, do this.
Yeah.
So think about it and you compare it, and then it's up to you to choose which one's the best.
Okay. What about you, Chanty?
Honestly, the same. It's just a lot of people have, I guess, a lot of opinions to give,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes they're not helpful, I guess, towards you. So basically, just listen to people's advice.
Okay.
Just like the whole parenting thing. Just
Mm-hmm.
some advice isn't good and some is. So there's always like a good and a bad. But I guess the same.
Okay. So I guess the hardest part with you guys would be like dissecting advice because so many people are giving you some.
Mm-hmm.
Try to figure out which ones are the good and which ones are the bad.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. My life lesson or secret that I would share would be probably the same thing. Take criticism. Depending if it's from a good place or a bad place. So if it's someone like a family member, most likely it's from a good place. Some like even if the advice is bad, like if they don't know what they're talking about, but at least try to see from their point of view because I suffered from that a lot. I have a lot of I lack empathy a lot, and my girlfriend's the one that actually told me and broke it down and stuff I needed like to fix and stuff like that. I have a mindset where like I assume everyone went through the same path I did or something like that. And I just assume people know this, assume people know that. And then I go based on people's opinions off of that. And that's not a good way to do it. So she helped me and, stuff like that. I took her criticism. And at first it hurt. I was like, I don't know what she's talking about. But then I started breaking it down. I was like, yeah, she's right. I need to be more empathetic and sympathetic to people and stuff like that. And their situations because not everyone's me. Everyone lives differently and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And sometimes people are put in bad situations where things pop off. Like kind of like some people are in prison. They're not all of them are bad people. It's just they were in a bad position, wrong time, wrong place type of things. So like, sometimes it's reserve judgment, stuff like that. And that's what I liked. And I would say people to learn from that. All right. So this one we're going to do the fun segment. I'm going to do trivia. All right. And you guys have 3 strikes. The loser gets to choose one of the options that I have right there or punishments. What U.S. state has been called the Grand Canyon State? Montana, Nevada, Arizona, or Utah?
Arizona.
All right.
Oh, you don't have a button, huh?
No.
We should get one.
I do, but they don't have batteries. I need to put batteries in them.
Just
They just came in today. I was like, oh man, that was fast. I didn't expect them to be here. All right.
You're like, the batteries don't get here till tomorrow.
What is the longest river in the world?
I'd say the Colorado River.
Nope.
Damn.
Chanty?
Honestly, I don't know. I thought you were gonna say
it was
oceans. I was gonna come
the
up with my
Nile.
list.
It's the Nile.
The Nile River?
The Nile River.
I was thinking Mississippi, but
It's in Egypt. All right. So here's another one. So Junior has 1 strike right now because you got the answer wrong, and Chanty has 1 strike as well. All right. So it's by strikes.
Okay.
All right. All right. How many oceans are there?
3.
There's.
You
I'm
sure?
gonna guess there's 5.
Okay. You said 5?
Yeah.
I think you're right.
Hell yeah.
Wait, there's technically 1,
What the heck?
but it's a global ocean. That don't count. But yeah, there is 5.
Dang.
They're called 5
smart.
bodies of water. That's weird.
The water has 5 bodies.
Yeah. All right. What is the closest? So you got more round up to the closest number by millions. How many people live in Arizona?
I don't know. I think I'm gonna go
What
with
about Junior?
3.
Okay, 3.
3. I'm gonna go with 3 something.
6.3 mil.
Okay, Junior, you're the closest. The answer is from 2021, 7.276 million. So that's about his 7.3 million.
Dang.
And it's going like this. It's going high.
Oh my god.
Alright.
I remember there was nobody here.
All right, here's a good one. What's the population of Phoenix?
Because Phoenix is big.
I'm gonna guess around the 800s.
800,000?
Probably.
1, 2.
And I better get it right.
Phoenix is big.
For an example, Denver is 700,000 people, and Tucson has 543,000. Push you for an answer. 10,
For
9,
600.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3,
630 mil.
2.
I mean, thousand.
1. All right. Chanty is the closest with
Dang.
800,000. It's
Dang.
1.6 million.
Oh my god.
Damn.
It's about the same as 2009, actually. So it's not really going up. It's like goes down, up, down, up, down, up.
So people are moving in here
so-
quick, but it's just like on the outskirts.
Yeah. I think people are moving to Phoenix and then leaving the Phoenix area and going to like Chandler and Scottsdale or
Yeah.
Gilbert or something like that. That's what I would do too.
There's a lot of Cali people in Chandler. Mesa.
Yeah, Scottsdale. Scottsdale's a bunch of Cali girls out there. All right,
I was
so
gonna say,
she was the closest junior you lost.
dang.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna pluck his hairs.
Okay. Here's La Dama. She came back. The episode 3 has it as well. I got Jason's hairs. Oh man.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm scared. Hold on.
You gotta go fast, because the faster you go, the less it hurts.
It didn't even come out.
Oh, are you serious? That counts, right?
Yeah, that counts as a
Yes.
try.
But I still have 3?
No, you have 2 more.
2
Yeah,
more?
2 more
There's only
tries.
3 plugs.
Yep.
Okay, ready?
Oh.
Oh, that's a red hair too.
Oh no, that hurt.
Got red hair. He's Irish.
I'm done here.
I'll take you for that. Oh god, fine, go. Let's go. I don't have any. Oh, oh my god, wait. I was not.
Dude, right here. These hurt bad.
I was not expecting you to do that. Oh, that
I
hurt.
took out
That's
2.
3, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
that hurt.
All right. We're in the last segment. Junior, do a shout out to your social medias
Yeah,
or
you wanna-
whatever you want to plug.
You wanna? So
Hell no, I don't want to.
You want to keep a souvenir?
like episode 4, Junior's
La
hair.
Dama.
Shout outs. My channel.
All right. I'll put the link in the description.
It's DJ space. Don't put space, but just click
Underscore?
the space button.
Okay.
And then it's MISCHIEF.
Okay. In case, I'll probably put it on the screen as well. Probably on the whatever in the screen.
And then it's official. So OFFICIAL.
CIA. Cool.
Because I just dropped a mix.
All right.
So
Alright.
as of the recording, I have a new mix that's out. I think it's Mix Sundays, episode 5.
All right. Cool. What
Just
about
there's
you,
an
Chanty?
epileptic warning. So there's that.
What about you, Chanty?
I'd say my Instagram.
Okay.
I don't really use social media a lot.
Alright.
I'll barely post. So
Just
it
spell
would-
it out, and then I'll also put it on the description.
it would be CHANTELLE, and then I think it should be underscore HOKULANI.
Okay. Junior, what's your IG?
It's Junior H 5.3. It's JUNIOR. I think it's dot. Let me double check again.
You learn your own Instagram, dog.
It's it's Junior JUNIOR 5.3 altogether. And go ahead
You
and
forgot
just-
the H.
Oh, I forgot the H. Yeah.
You said junior.
JUNIORH.
I'll
Then
put his IG in the bottom just in case,
Yes.
because it's all over the place. All right, then, guys, catch us on the next one. Peace.
We have a special guest again.
Oh yeah, Winter, come here.
She's like, I don't want to go.
Come on, up.
Say hi, Winter. Hold on, pick it.
She's doing ASMR. For each other and everything. Because I had some amazing friends.
Oh man, that was nice, huh? That was nice, Junior.
I know somebody over here had other plans before he met me. And then now he has 2 kids.